Right, Jay, what we saying, bro?
How we doing, bro? You good?
How are we? How are we,
Long time
lads?
no speak. How are we? How are we?
Yeah, no, bro, I'm good. I'm good. You look well.
Good to meet you. Nice one, thank you, bro. So do
So
you.
the craziest thing is, Jay Rowe, ladies and gentlemen, is a legend of Alpha Setters. He joined Alpha Setters last August, right? Last year in August.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, last August.
And the last time we spoke, Jay Rowe, was in Tenerife. In fact, the only time we've ever met in person was just randomly in a different country, 4 hours away from the UK, right?
Yeah, just bumping into each other in a karaoke bar, was it?
Yeah, literally in a karaoke bar in the middle of Tenerife. I walk in, me and Yomi, I'm in the queue for ages waiting to get some drinks. The whole place was filled and there was only two seats available all the way at the back outside. And we're walking through and then just like explain what happened then, bro.
And then I had to wait in the queue to get you drinks then, didn't I?
Yeah, that queue took the piss. But we're walking through like all the way to the back, and then like you're sat right there at the back as well. We walk past and we just make
Yeah,
eye
it was
contact,
crazy.
and we just look at each other. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, it's J Rowe.
Small world, small world.
Yeah,
It was crazy, that, to be honest. Made me holiday.
the maddest thing ever, the maddest thing ever, and what a night that was. Like me and Yomi had to go home early just because I was drunk. I had to go home. It's the only time I've been drunk in like 3 years, bro. Genuinely, it's just because she kept just
Yeah.
buying me bare drinks, bro.
Yeah, that's how I roll. You know me, I'm used to it. You're not used to it. I have to take you out. You have to come to Liverpool, I'll take you out again.
Garden night at Liverpool. I don't know about that one, mate. In fact, actually, I couldn't think about worse. But okay. Next time I'm in Liverpool, I'll shout you though, because I was actually very
Yeah,
surprised. Like,
we'll meet up.
it's
Go to the
nice.
gym and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Go
for
to
sure, bro.
boxing gym.
Oh yeah, you box, don't you? Because your profile picture on
Yeah,
school
box.
always used to be the boxing profile picture.
Yeah, yeah, boxed for a couple of years, yeah, in the amateurs, so that
Sick,
wasn't
bro.
too bad.
How many fights you had?
I had two fights, I won one, lost one, but
Okay.
I was boxing. My gym, the gym I was in was a bit, when I first joined, it was, a lot of the boxers had left and they had like one coach. So it was on its arse, and then obviously I boxed there for like a year or two, and then they started getting people out fighting then. So that's when I started getting out fighting. And then I just sort of, I stopped boxing because I was, you know, I was getting into the swing of trying to make money online. That's where I found appointment setting.
I
So
see.
I still train on the weekends now. I still go sparring and do bits and bobs, hit pads, but I don't have too much time for it at the moment. But I will fight again. I'll get back in and fight again.
Nice. Would you ever have a Muay Thai fight in Thailand?
I would definitely, any type of combat sport I'd fight. I love it.
Bro.
I'd love to branch off into different types of martial arts.
Did you see on YouTube when me and the Alpha Set boys went to Thailand?
Oh yeah, I seen the TikTok video that blew up.
Oh right, yeah, the viral TikTok
The
video.
one in the pool.
Yeah.
That
So
one, yeah.
me and the boys, obviously Alpha Setters has grown a lot since then, and we've got loads more people. Obviously over time, we've got loads more people that are now making money online and everything. So either like end of this year, start of next year, we're gonna go out to Thailand again. Maybe instead of 1 month, we'll stay there for 2 months. Instead of one seven
Yeah.
bedroom villa, we'll get two. We'll just take hella boys to Thailand, bro. We'll just do a fight camp out
Yeah.
there, bro, and we'll just have a fight at the
Wait,
end of
what
it.
is there just gyms everywhere in Thailand?
Pretty
Like
much, yeah,
gyms just everywhere.
yeah, pretty much. There's loads of them.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, no, well, that's like their football, isn't it? You know the way England we have football.
Yeah,
That's like their. Well, yeah, that's. I'd love to Muay Thai box.
yeah, bro. Yeah,
But
come,
I
come
just
through.
I never really had the, you know, because I always liked boxing. I was a bit like, I'll stick to what I'm decent at. So I stayed into that. But yeah, I'd love to branch off and do some other type of combat sports, or even MMA and wrestling and all that stuff.
No, we'll make it happen, bro. Come to Thailand. I would love to have.
We'll
Mate,
make it.
we'd
We'll make it
genuinely
happen.
have such a great time in Thailand. With you there as well, like we'd have
It's
such a
good,
good
wasn't
time.
it?
We had a great
I'd love to
time.
go to Thailand.
Yeah. And you're a big travel guy, but obviously we'll talk about all that like later in the interview. But let's just start off, bro,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're 5 minutes in. Introduce yourself, bro. Like, what's your name and how long have you been appointment setting for?
So I'm Jay Rowe. I've been appointment setting. I bought your course. It was midway through August last year, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And that was around when I very first started appointment setting. I didn't have any experience in it. I'd watched YouTube videos. I'd done my research on it. I knew a bit. And then I joined. I thought, you know what? You don't get anything out unless you put something in. So I thought I'll buy I buy the course, I put something in, and then I ended up getting out straight away. So I've been appointment setting for over a year now. So yeah, and it's been great. It's been paying me a lot of money compared to anything else ever has. So
And the mad thing is as well, so you signed your first client like very quickly. Obviously, we'll get into these questions. And now you've actually been working with the same client to this day, right? To this day. So over a year with the same appointment setting client. So
yeah.
so do you mind like sharing some of the results that you've been able to generate in the appointment setting space?
Well, yeah. First, I signed with him. First, he's a forex trader, so he runs his group and stuff, and people join. And yeah, I was a bit like, what's it like? And then I started making about average day was £300 to £400 a day, which was crazy for me. I was £5 an hour as an apprentice doing refrigeration engineering. I still do refrigeration engineering. I balance the two of them, but yeah, it was crazy. That was like weird to me. You know what I mean? Especially my dad. My dad said to me at first when I told him how much money I was making, he said, "Whatever you're doing, it's illegal." He was like, "You're gonna get yourself arrested," you know, because that was just because my dad had never seen money like that. You know, the only time he's ever seen 300, 400, 500 quid a day was someone either drug dealing, doing something illegal, or he'd built a business over years and years and years, and they're making big money from it. So when I told my dad I was making more than him, he was a bit like, "You sure it's legal? Is it legal?" And I was like, "Dad, it's legal." And he couldn't get it onto his head that it was legal. He was like, "You're gonna get yourself arrested for whatever you're doing."
How did you explain
like,
to your dad that? How did you explain to your dad like that it is legal?
Like my dad's one of them. He'll go and bring all his mates up, and he'll speak to people and be like, "Have you heard of this? Have you heard of that?" So I told him it's completely legal. I'm just in this fella's DMs, answering all his messages and guiding people into the group, and making sure people are fit for the group and right. And he was, for a good couple of months, he was a bit like, "Oh, I don't know about this. You know what I mean?" Because the first 2 weeks that I got my clients, I done 4K in my first 2 weeks, which was crazy for me. That was like, I was getting £1,000 a month working my job. So then when I was pulling in about £8 grand a month, I was like, for me that was life changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went and bought myself a brand new car and everything straight away. So
You're one of those guys, yeah. Start earning a bit of money, you just can't buy a car straight away. But if that's what you like, it's what you like, innit?
I got told by a lot of people, don't do it. Save your money and stuff and do this and do that. But I know me, I've always said I'll make a lot of money. I believe I'm going to go far in my life and make a lot of money. So you're only 19 once driving a nice car. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's all good and well buying nice cars when you're in your 30s and 40s, but not many people can drive a nice car when they're 19. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. And I know it's not an investment, and it's not that, but I don't buy it for an investment. I buy it it's a toy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it is to me. So
I rate it,
I believe I was going to make all the money back. So
I mean, how old are you?
Would say, sorry, mate.
How old are you?
I turned 20. I turned 21 in February, so I'm 20 now.
Oh, so you were 19 when you joined as well.
I was 19 when I joined.
Yeah, like to be 19 and be making like 5 to 8 grand a month from your phone is a little bit mad, right? Yeah. So it's like,
It was crazy.
You've got time.
None of my mates believe me.
I mean, it's hard for them not to. It's not hard for them not to believe you when you're pulling up in your car, though, right?
They believe me then.
Yeah.
But before that, they didn't. When I was telling them I had nothing to prove, they didn't believe me.
Well, did you not put your friends on? Are you not teaching your friends how to do this yourself, or what?
I did. Excuse me. Yeah, I did. My best friend Jay, he got the same job doing the same thing with the same fella.
Oh, mad.
He was making the same amount of money as me. Because I taught my friend how to do it, and he taught him the script of like how we work for this fella, and I basically got him in. And yeah, he was doing very well, to be honest. Yeah.
So two J's, two J's, both appointments. You're both called Jay, yeah.
So we had two J's doing the same thing.
Fair. Nice, Bomb.
Yeah,
cool. So obviously you've got this client now, and you've been making between 5 and 8 grand a month for this client for over a year now. How long did it take you to sign this client since when you joined Alpha Setters?
Took me about 2 weeks.
So you joined Alpha Setters, signed your first client in 2 weeks, and now you've been working with that guy for over a year, which is a bit mad.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what's happened.
So obviously, like we're sitting here, like you're in your car and everything right now. Like we're sitting here talking about all the results. Have you ever like experienced any like setbacks like throughout your appointment setting career?
Setbacks. With the guy I'm working for, I'm not earning as much money as I used to, but it's certainly not a setback. I've not had any setbacks that I know of.
So you're not earning as much money as you used to. So that I mean, I'd consider that a set. You're in the setback basically.
Yeah, it's a setback, but for me,
Yeah.
I'm still I really appreciate it a lot still because I'm still earning quite a lot of money.
Okay. So you're in the setback. So, but
Yeah, I'm in the
it's
setback.
it's quite unusual for someone to be like in the sales space for over a year, especially with the same client, and not experience like at least like one major setback along that journey. So you're quite unique in that part.
Yeah,
But there will be there will be a day where a setback comes for you.
of course,
That
of
day will
course, and
come.
I'm prepared for it. I'm prepared.
Good, good. So I'm gonna ask you now, like, how are you prepared for the setback? So the people that are watching this, that might be like nice and comfortable, they're nice and cozy. What are you doing? Like, where are you at mentally to the point where you can prepare yourself for the setback that will come in the future?
Oh, I never settle. I literally never settle. So even though I do an appointment setting, I'm always looking for other things because you know yourself, appointment setting, especially with one client, is not long term. I've managed to have this one for quite long term, about a year. But you know the client, they come and go. So I personally, I like to look for other things. I'm not always just doing an appointment setting, but obviously you've got to get out there and you've got to message other clients and you've got to have plan Bs and plan Cs and you know what I mean? That's what I believe. I believe you can't have all your eggs in one basket. So personally, me, I look at it. I do quite a lot of stuff with Forex trading. So that's for me. But appointment setting's always there. It's always a good one to have people there ready, other clients ready to sign you or whatever. Whatever's good for you. If you think you have another plan, go for it. Just never write anything off. You know what I mean? And even if something isn't working, if you put enough time into it, it's guaranteed to work. Obviously, if there's money there, you can't go into something that isn't going to work. But you get what I'm saying. You've got to go into something that the money is there to make. If it doesn't work in 1 month or 2 months, for example, I was there at an appointment set for 2 weeks. I signed my first client. But if I was doing it for 2 months, I would have still been messaging people. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I got lucky. I didn't get lucky because I got 3 jobs at the time I got the 1 job.
So in 2 weeks
job,
in 2 weeks you actually got 3 offers.
Yeah, I had 2 other people saying they wanted me to come work for them. I had someone doing OnlyFans management, and I had what was the other guy doing? I had another guy. I can't remember now what his was. But I done a interview with the guy I'm working for now, and he obviously said I've got an interview, call people, I'll get back to you. And I remember I messaged you saying, do you remember me sending you the chat saying I don't know if how do you reckon I've done there? And you were like, yeah, you done all right, because you said you'd message me back or you'd get back to me. And at first I didn't think I was like, oh, I don't think I got the job. It was my first interview, that one. So and then a week later he messaged me saying, are you okay to work weekends? I said, yeah. He said, do you want to start on Monday? So I was like, perfect.
Sound, mate. Okay, cool. So a lot of things to unpack on that one. So obviously it makes sense that you're getting into the trading route, considering that you're working for a trader, right?
Yeah.
So that gives you a lot of exposure to that space. But you said, as long as you work hard at something, it's almost unreasonable for you not to succeed, as long as you fully commit yourself. You said in appointment setting, even if you didn't sign your first client in 2 weeks, if you was doing it for 2 months and you didn't have a client, you'd still be messaging, you'd still be trying to find that. But how do you actually know if you've got a good opportunity to begin with? What was your thought process when you was like, okay, yeah, appointment setting, it makes sense, and this is something that I want to commit to?
Well, appointment setting, obviously, I spoke to you, didn't I? You told me the average wage of appointment setting was about 5k a month, and that was more than happy for me. So that made me want to get into it at first. I was like, there's money there. There's money to be made. And then when I was reaching out to some people, a couple of people who got back to me, I would look through their profile and I'd be a bit like, it's all good and well, but is it going to make money? You know what I mean? You've got to put all of it together and think, is that, if I was a client, we're all working for them and you're reaching out to clients, if you were a client, would you look at that page he's got on Instagram? Or would you look at how he's presenting himself and think, yeah, I'd do that? But you've got to sort of put yourself in a customer's shoes and think, am I going to be able to sell that product? You know what I mean? Am I going to be able to message people and sell that product to other people? And if not, you might not be able to, but there's plenty of other people to work for out there who are selling good stuff. And sales is hard, but when you're selling something that works, it's not that hard. You know what I mean? Sales is hard when you're selling something that isn't good. So if you can get in there and get in with the right people who are selling the right things, it'll be a breeze. Your job will be easy.
Yeah, so it's like a great salesman can sell a shitty product, but a bad salesperson can sell a great product. But ideally, if you're a great salesperson and you're selling a great product, then you're just going to be flying, right?
Yeah, you're going to be racking the money in, and that's what I think. I think, like you say, if you're a great salesman, you can sell a bad product. But why go for the bad product when you can go for a good product and make twice the money? So if you're a good salesman, you'll realise anyway that I shouldn't really go for that because it's gonna make me life hard. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of
You need to be
people.
aware of what you're selling and what you're getting yourself into.
I've had a lot of conversations over the last week. This week, it's happened more than I've never had to have this conversation so much. But people in my free school community and even a couple of the Alpha Setter boys, it was like I've just been speaking to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I've been struggling the last 2 weeks. You know, I've not been making as much commissions as I want to be making." I'm like, "All right, cool." Like explain the offer. It's just some like super shitty offer, like outreach from your own account, salesy scripts. You've got to use their set scripts, and I was just like, "Bro, like, why are you even selling for this company? I shouldn't have to tell you to quit. You should just know that, okay, this is not a good company that I'm working for."
Yeah, well, that's what you got to put the pieces of the puzzle together, haven't you? You've got to realise that it's not going to work for me. So, what, you know what I mean?
So
it's not going to work. Don't do it.
yeah, literally.
Or you can do it, but you can learn a lot from stuff like that. Actually, you can learn a lot from things like that. So if you're working for a client that isn't going to sell things because of their outreach method or how their profile pictures and all stuff like you just said, then like personal accounts and stuff, and they're not looking professional, you can learn a lot from being with someone like that, even if you're not making money. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. Anyway, it's all learning. You got to take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, bro. You're a wise guy for a 20-year-old, bro. You're a wise guy.
Thank you.
I don't even know how you're 20, actually. Yeah, like furthermore, like I've met you, like you're fucking huge as well, bro. Like
Yeah, I'm 6'3".
yeah, big guy. So let's talk about like what makes J Rowe here as well, because super interesting guy. I met you, such a fun person to be around, just a great guy. So, but how do you like balance like your work life and then your personal life? Because I know you are still doing your apprenticeship and your appointment setting as well. So how do you manage it, bro?
Well, it's hard. It's not easy, but I don't. If I had, for example, put it this way, I start work at 7 in the morning till 10 at night. Because I work 7 in the morning till about 3, 4, 5 o'clock. That's if I'm not working out overtime. That's with my apprenticeship, and then I start work with my appointment setting at 2:30 in the day. So even when I'm in work, I'm still working on my phone. My boss knows. I told my boss I had to sit down with my boss and tell him, and he was okay with it. He said, "Yeah, that's fine as long as it's not interrupting work too much." So I do my best with it. But yeah, really all day, every day I'm working. I've got a girlfriend as well, so I see my girlfriend a couple times a week. Obviously, it's not easy, but it's not hard. And yeah, I just think it is about balance. Like when you're when you say balance, you've got to balance things out, because I like to go out on the weekend. I like to work hard through the week and then let a bit of steam off on the weekend. That's what I like to do. But
Okay, nice.
yeah, that's how I balance. And I go to the gym a lot.
Okay, cool.
So
Cool. So what was the conversation like with your boss then? Because that's actually quite weird. You know, I didn't even realize that was a thing. Sitting down with my boss, like, oh yeah, sorry, pal, but like you're paying me to work for this other brother. Apologies. So explain what that's like.
So with what I done was, obviously, I spoke to one of the other lads in work, and he was like, yeah, the fella I'm working for doesn't know that I still work my apprenticeship. He thinks I'm full time for him. Obviously, I said I work the later shift, so it doesn't really clash anyway. So I said that's who he didn't want me to work. But what the job I had was a job that was gonna last me forever. You know what I mean? So my engineering job, if all else fails, it's a foundation. You know what I mean? I can work that for the rest of my life and earn good money from it. But personally, obviously, I wanted to go places, so I wanted to earn good money, and outside of engineering. So I sat him down and said, "Can we go for a drink down the pub? And I just want to speak to you about a few things." He was like, "Yeah, okay." So I just basically said to him, "I've done this." I told him how much I was making, and he was like, "Yeah, fair enough." And in the end, I managed to talk my way out of losing that job for this job. So I just managed to find a way to make it seem all right to him that I could work the two jobs and it wouldn't get in the way.
So sales, basically, you sold him.
Yeah, I sales my way out of losing my engineering job, virtually, yeah.
Nice. There you go. Sales is the most powerful skill, the most valuable skill that you can learn. I like though, like there was no games on it, and it was like, oh, like, can we go for a pint? And you just had a conversation with him. It's just being honest about it.
There was no lies or it was just like literally just sat him down. I told him, I said, "This is what I'm doing. This is how it works." I told him all about it and how it works and stuff, and he was like, "Yeah," and he said, "Fair enough to you. You've got a good head on your shoulders, and you're going out making money." He was like, I can't knock you." But and I told him, basically said to him, "I don't think this is going to be a problem at all. I'm just letting you know. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to get in the way at all. I just don't think it's going to affect anything, because I work out of hours of your work. There might be an hour or two when it clashes, but usually I'm in the van on the way home, so it doesn't really matter." And he basically said, "Yeah, I get your point," and he was okay. I had started his business with him, so he started his engineering business, and it was just me and him. So he built the business, and I was with him the whole time. You know what I mean? So I can imagine it was pretty hard for him to just say, "Get out," anyway.
Yeah.
Because I'd been there with him from the start, but yeah, he was fine with it. To be honest, he had no problems with it as long as it weren't affecting his work, which it never has really.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's it, bro. So you've got both going at the same time. So obviously you work a lot. You like to have a drink at the weekend. You also like traveling as well, don't you, mate?
Yeah, I like to go on holiday and stuff.
Yeah, because we bumped into each other in Tenerife. I know you're staying in like a nice little villa or something. Where was that? I was joking around saying that I was there with it, but
outside Alicante it was.
Okay.
That was in Santa Pola.
Okay, cool.
Just outside Alicante. It was a lovely villa. That makes you feel rich for the week.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks beautiful, man. Looks beautiful.
What did I?
And you say it makes me feel rich for the week. I mean, I think for a 20-year-old, I think most people would probably consider you pretty rich, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, well, for my age, I'm doing well. For my age.
Yeah. Nah, that's sick. Okay, so you like traveling, you like going out on a weekend, and that's J Rowe, like I like the fact that you just embrace who you are. Like you're not trying to just be me, like you're trying to be you. You know what I mean? I like that about you.
That's who it is. I'm a hard worker. I'm one of them people, I get bored if I'm not working hard. So for example, if I was at home now, just sitting there on my phone scrolling and scrolling, I'd be like, what am I doing? So when I get home from my engineering job, I'm still working on my phone, and I go to the gym whilst I'm working, and I need to be doing something. So my mind needs to be working, and my body needs to be working at the same time. You know what I mean? So if I'm sitting at home working, not really enough. I need to go to the gym and lift weights whilst I'm doing it. So I'm sort of non-stop, but I quite like that because sometimes I'll know with myself, when you're on your own, you think, but I've found that when I'm not working hard, I'm in my room just feeling like I'm wasting time anyway. So yeah, I have no problem with it at all. And there's nothing wrong with working hard either. Working hard is never gonna. It's only gonna take me up. It's never gonna take me down. You know what I mean? So I think there's no harm done by working hard. It can only help you. There's no negatives.
100%. I think our happiness as men fundamentally comes from making progress in life and towards a goal, not necessarily fun. I don't think fun necessarily makes us happy. I think the happiness part of it, like the fulfillment that we get as men, is literally just making progress. And those days where we're not making progress, that's when we end up feeling like shit anyway. So, oh yeah, we've just rested and we've not really done anything all day. Why do I feel like shit? I've not done anything. I shouldn't feel like shit. But it's because deep down, like, you just know that, I failed myself. I've let myself down today because I've not done anything. You know?
Yeah. I've always said that. I've always said a proud man's a happy man. And I think if you're proud of yourself, you'll always be happy. So if you walk outside, you go anywhere, your chin up and your chest out, you'll be happy. As long as you're doing things, I'm like that. As long as I'm doing things, I'm happy. As long as I'm genuinely feeling like I'm getting better and better and better, I'm happy.
Yeah, 100%. I feel the exact same way, bro. Yeah. So one final question that I've got for you, bro. You're an ambitious guy. You're turning 21. You're already doing very well in life. But what's your vision for the future, bro? What's the vision that we're building towards? Like, where do you see yourself in like 10 years from now?
Freedom. That's what I think. Freedom. Go wherever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want, drive whatever car I want, live in whatever house I want. I don't want it to sound like want, but I feel like that's what I'm working towards, you know what I mean? I want to be able to, instead of looking at a Lamborghini and going, oh, it's a nice car, I want to be looking at which one I want to buy, you know what I mean? I want to be there, and I want people, it's also a status thing as well. It's not just for me, it sounds bad, but I feel like it's driven into men anyway. Like, if you pull up in a Lamborghini and everyone goes, oh, who's that? It just makes you feel good. You know what I mean? That's what I think. I think if I get out of a nice car looking nice, with a nice looking girl, with some muscles, it just makes everyone else think, oh, who's that? And it just gives you a bit of a boost, I think.
You just want to be that guy, basically.
I don't want to be normal. You know what I mean? I want people to be like, oh, who's that?
I mean, alpha setters, we're not normal, right? We're not normal at all. We're not. We'd never fit in. We'd never just fit in amongst a crowd of people. You know what I mean? Like, we stand out. So yeah, you don't want to be normal. You want the freedom there. You want to be able to buy whatever car you want. You want to have the muscles, have the girl, and everything. So, do you know what? Like, do you have a plan in line of how do you want to get there, or is it sort of just a case of like you're just sort of figuring it out as you go along?
I have a plan. Obviously, well, it all depends because with plans, I think you've got to test the waters with them, and if they don't work, you've got to find a new plan. I'm always adapting. I'm a very adaptable person. I can adapt to a lot of situations I'm in, you know what I mean? So if I try something that doesn't work, I'll go out and find something else. You know what I mean? I'm always looking. I don't feel like there's any excuse not to go out and get what you want. I think no one's stopping you. You can only blame yourself. There's no one getting in the way of you and what you want. So I think as long as I work hard, I'll always go to the places that I want to go to instead of sitting in bed scrolling TikTok and doing all sorts. Because it is addictive. I know it's addictive. Everyone knows all that stuff's addictive. But there's a time in life you've got to sort of just shake it off and say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go out and make money, go to the gym, build myself a bit, and you'll always be happy doing that. I think as a man, I don't think it'll ever make you feel sad not going to the gym or doing something that will better you. I think that's where men get happiness from.
Yeah, 100%, bro. So yeah, bro, it's been a pleasure doing this interview. I think the people watching this would have took a lot of value from that. Where can the people find you on social media in case they've got any questions for you?
You can find me on my Instagram. It's j.rowe1. Find
Okay.
me on there. Feel free to ask me any questions. I've had a lot of people ask me questions from the alpha setters. A lot of people message me. I have no problem with answering them all.
Nice.
How I've worked it and
We'll get you.
I found.
We'll get you on a group call soon. We'll get you on a group call.
Sorry.
We'll get you on a group call soon, bro.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to jump on a group call.
Yeah,
As long as it aligns with the hours that I can do what I mean. I've got no problem.
Yeah,
jumping
of
on
course.
one. I'm more than happy to.
Yeah, sounds good, bro. So normally at this part, like I say, like nominate someone. Like, is there anyone that comes to your mind that you want to nominate for a student interview? I've already got one person lined up, but I just thought I'd ask: is there anyone that comes to mind that you want to nominate?
But like who I know, I'm not sure what you mean. What do you
Like-
mean by that? Like,
So somewhat like another alpha setter. So maybe from like maybe when you first joined on. Is there any names that you can think of that? Oh yeah, you should interview that guy.
to be fair, I should have, but I didn't really talk to many people. On the
Yeah, I know you
group.
didn't.
I
I know.
I think I was because it was only 2 weeks. I was more focusing on getting out and outreaching to loads of companies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to get a job more than I was sort of in the community.
Yeah.
So I
know, bro.
I rushed it, but I didn't rush it. Whereas I think I didn't make the most of the community in the outer setters, you know, where it's all like a big bond and everyone's friends. And I think I just sort of jumped in the deep end, didn't really speak to anyone.
Yeah.
Got it, and I should have, to be honest. I should have made the most of it, but you know, I just sort of dived in for gold straight away.
I know.
But yeah, so to be fair, I can't. I know a lot of people have messaged me, but I can't figure the names off the top of my head. But
Yeah, I didn't think you was gonna be able to, man. That's why I framed it like I did.
yeah, otherwise I would, but I can't really. I didn't really make friends with anyone. I had a lot of people message me, but I didn't get close with anyone. Did someone nominate me?
No one nominated you. So basically,
I was gonna say,
the last call basically, the guy wants to do the student interview in person, which we're gonna do at the end of the month. I was like, the end of the month, that's a long way away from like the next student interview. So I was like, you know what? I'll just see what J Rowe is saying.
Yeah.
So here you
I'm
are.
always,
Yeah.
anything for the alpha setters, I'll be there. Don't worry.
We'll do a meet up in Liverpool soon. I'll introduce you to all the guys that live down in Liverpool.
Yeah. Whenever you just let me know when you're coming down, we'll go to the gym or whatever you want to do. Go for a big meal or anything.
Yeah, cool, bro. So yeah, have a good rest of your day, bro. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, you too, brother. Appreciate it.
Speak soon, bro.
Speak to you soon.